To begin with, let's do some warm-ups. It's very important that you do warm-ups before you start any session to avoid possible injuries. You can do this, the normal easy warm-ups. It's about stretching, so normally start with the stretches like this. Your neck, moving your neck on both directions, round, then just stretching, bending to your leg without bending your knees if you can, just reaching to the ground with your hand as much as you can. And then some sit-ups. Stretching your legs. You could also do this. And just a little bit of jogging. And one more time, just a quick stretch, a bit faster. Okay, so warm up is complete. To make the first session easy, we're going to start with flexibility. So flexibility will include just stretching out your muscles, your parts of your body, and yoga, doing yoga. Yoga positions will really stretch your muscles, stretch the body parts. That's really good to do. And we're going to do Surya Nama, which will include stretching lots of different lower body parts, and it's really good for our purpose. And also we will add 2 more exercises, stretch type of exercises. Let's get on to it. Let's do 5 repeats of Surya Nama. Now we're doing an exercise called glute bridge, and this exercise will really help you with your glute muscle, this muscle here. So what we're going to do is we lie flat on the ground on your back, so looking up, and your legs and your hands relaxed, both hands on the side of your hip, your leg stretched, and then you pull your legs, both of your legs, towards your hip, but keep a distance. In this position, you make your hand and your leg form, and you push your feet on the ground and you raise your hip. So you raise your hip just like this to make it a straight line here, almost like from your chin to your hip and your knees a straight line, and making sure your hip and your lower back is raised above the ground, and you almost like just basing on your shoulder. You okay, and then you then lower it down. You raise your hip and then you bring it down. So just simple as that. Let's repeat it. Raise and bring it down. Raise, bring it down. 3, 4, and repeat to 5 times. 5. Okay, so things to remember: not to have a good balance, have everything straight, lined, your hip not twisted, your legs not twisted, your hands not twisted. So everything is on a straight line. You're raising your leg, you're raising your hip and bring it back down to the ground. Next, we're going to do Pilates, side hip raise. This is really good for the hip, and you can do this exercise other times as well, and it really helps you with your health and well-being. So what we're going to do, we lie on the ground in this position. So you have your knees, both your knees crossed and on top of each other. So the legs crossed and on 90-degree angle. One hand on the ground on the side, so your palms on the front. If you heading this way, your palm here, and your other hand, left hand, mine is left hand, on top of your knee, so just somewhere around here. And what you're going to do, have a firm position on the ground, and then you're basically going to raise your hip up. Okay, so let's do this. You push your feet on the ground and then raise your hip. So when you raise your hip, you're trying to make your shoulder and your hip straight line as much as you can. So just raising it as much as you can. Don't go too hard, and then go back down. When you go back down, instead of fully resting, just before you touch the ground, try to raise it again if you can. Otherwise, in the beginning, you rest, and you slowly raise it again. Okay, 2. Repeat it 5 times. 3, 4, 5. Very good. Om Namah Shivaya. Now what you're going to do is swap your legs. Do it on the other side. So you're doing this. You got to cross your legs crossed, knee bent at 90-degree, your hand here and the other hand on the ground. So now you're in the starting position. Very good. You raise your hip. Four, 5. So this will really help to stretch your hip. Basically, as you can see, it's a stretching exercise. It makes it flexible. We're doing squat. To do this exercise, you're standing on the ground with your feet apart, the width of your two shoulders. So shoulder apart, keep the legs to same distance. Okay, so not too far, not too narrow as well, just about shoulder apart. So shoulder apart. Doing that, and then you get into you're going to basically do sit up. However, what you're doing, making sure is your knee doesn't come in front of your toe. Okay, so you're making sure it's behind, and that's the tricky part. So we do sit down. It's like you're sitting on a chair, but you're not bringing your knee in front of your toe. This is wrong. My knee is in front of the toe. It's not right. So need to bring it back and doing sit down. Right, so just about up to here. And to balance out, we stretch our hand at the front, and you look up straight and keep your chest up. Right, so chest up, looking up, and keep your hands stretched straight, and then you do a sit up. So you fold your knees, bend your knees and slowly move down. Okay, but still keeping the knees behind the toes. To this position and up, down, up. Five times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This exercise helps with your glute muscle, your quad, and your hamstring. So it's really good exercise as well. Next, we're doing lunges. To do lunges, you keep your legs apart, just at comfortable distance, in line one after other, in line one after other, just like this. Okay, front foot properly on the ground and the second foot behind with a little bit stretch, so you're standing on your toe, and your heel is slightly up from the ground, and making sure your knee doesn't get in front of your toe, it's behind your toe, right? And looking up, looking straight up, you're not moving forward, but you're sinking down, you're going down. So stretch your leg, put it in the right position, so you can go down, and then up, and down. To balance out, you want to put your two hands behind your head. So stand like this, sit up like this, and just try to balance. First of all, you balance your body so you don't fall on the side, and make sure your legs are straight, they're not bent, and your body is not bent, your hip is not bent. That's very important. Everything is aligned straight, right? So keep this, balance it, and when you are balanced, when you think you are balanced, slowly go down. Slowly go down as much as you can and come up, keeping the balance. So just do this as much as you can. Get the feeling, the body. First of all, try to maintain your balance. Okay? Rather than doing it perfectly, try to maintain a balance. And when you have a little bit of balance, and what you need to do is, when you go down, make sure your knee of the leg behind, that just kind of touches the ground, but not rest on the ground. Before it rests, it touches the ground, you lift it up. Okay? And you're still making sure the front knee doesn't go beyond your toe, so it's still behind. All the time it's behind the toe. So you're doing sitting up. And you change your leg. Do it on the other leg. Now we're doing step ups. For step up, you would need a bench or something that is raised a little bit above the ground. Okay? To do that, you look around in your house and see what is stable, what is safe, and helpful to do that. A chair can be used, a stool can be used, a stair can be used. These are the options. Okay, so what I have, just to demonstrate this exercise, is I have a stool here. This is just in the perfect height for me, about a double stairs. And just make sure this is stable. Okay, I know this is stable for me, but
something like this could be risky and you may fall. So I would prefer that you have a longer, a proper bench or a chair or something more stable. Side table. Okay, this is just perfect. So I'm going to use this just as a demonstration. Let me remove the lights, picture, make it ready. Okay. This is perfect. And then you swap the leg. I'm also going to demonstrate the same exercise using a chair. So it just gives you some ideas what you can look around in your house to do it. Now I'm going to swap my leg. So start from the left leg, raising it up, stepping up, and stepping down. In a step up, you're standing both legs on the ground, and then you raise one of your leg. I'm going to do my right hand side leg. You raise it and place it on the bench, and then you raise your other leg on to the bench, and you're standing up on the bench. Basically simple as that. And then you're going down. When you go down, you can go down on the same leg, but preferably if you change the leg. So if you remember, I stepped on the right hand leg. When I go down, I use my left leg, the other leg, to come down. So I come back down, both legs on the ground. Okay, and then repeat the same process. So raise one leg up, go to the bench, both legs onto the bench, and then come back down, but first with the other leg, and just repeating it 5 times. 3, 4, 5. And next swap the leg, so doing it from this leg first. So just keep thinking of Kailash Yatra, of your preparation, and just be proud of yourself and say Om Namah Shivaya. Just imagine Kailash, darshan, the Parvat and Mansarovar Lake, touching the holy water in Mansarovar Lake, and seeing Kailash for the first time, all that type of things that will keep you motivated. That's it, we've done it. So I'm going to do the step up using my bedside table. That's just perfect, just as an idea. It's a simple thing, something that is a little bit higher above the ground. That's all you need, okay, to step up, to do this. So you're raising one of your leg to stepping, and then you step both legs on that object and come back down. So it's really all you're trying to do is help loosen your muscles to be able to quickly stretch and raise while you're on the trek. When you're going up the hills, it's really good when you're going up the hill. And same thing, same concept, when you want to go down the hills, you want to make your muscles that are used to going down flexible and stronger as well. So we're doing what we would do when we go down. So step on the bench first. This is your starting position, and from the starting position you lower down one of your legs first to the ground, and then bring the other foot down and completely be on the ground. So that's your finishing position. Now go back to your starting position. Just be careful, and then do the same thing again. So repeat for 5 times. Three, and think of Kailash, Om Namah Shivaya, to motivate you. to keep on going with this exercise, to really enjoy the process doing that. So that's a 5 time. Now I want to swap my leg and do it from my other leg. Okay, so I lower this leg first, put it on the ground, both legs, 1, 2, 3, 4. So be stable and then go down. Perfect. This exercise is called toe top. What we're going to do is find a stair around your house. Or you go in the park. Basically in the stair, what you're going to do is step on the higher ground. But when you do step on your toes and make sure your heel is on the outside. Okay? So that you can basically lower your heel and then bring it up. Hold for a few seconds. That's all we're doing. Lowering your heel down and then rising it up. Lowering your heel down and rising it up. Repeat it 5 times. So in doing that, we want to make sure the calf, this muscle, gets the exercise. Okay, this is what we're trying to do in this exercise.